on the internet.
Yeah, take it legal. Well, speaking of legal, our next topic, this one is going to be broken down in like three parts because there's three parts to
Ooh.
this. First, I'm going to start out with Diddy. Now, Diddy, he's been caught using like a third party phone, basically a phone from inmates, and trying to call witnesses and tamper with witnesses, still threatening people or whatnot, trying to convince people not to say stuff. Let me start out with Naughty. What is your thoughts about this? Him still trying to tamper with witnesses?
I just think this is his true colors. He's showing you exactly who he is. This is what he's been doing behind the scenes forever, and now he's in a place where he can get caught red-handed. And this is why they do not want him to bail out. He is hindering his own case. They weren't even planning on locking him up when they did, but they found out he was tampering with witnesses, and so they felt like they could prove that he's a threat, and that they are doing thus far. Typical narcissist, his entitlement is showing through. Okay. And Diddy must have his way at all costs. He's still convinced that he can convince the world he did not do this. And this is my thing. If you didn't do this, if you are innocent of all these charges, why are you doing all this behind the wall where they can monitor you and find out? And you know you up in there with a bunch of snitches, and you know your life is valuable up in there, right? So they just watching your every move so they could turn state on you, okay? But he's an idiot. He's an idiot. He can't even help himself. He's spoiled. He's a brat. He's entitled, just like Ray J.
Couture Bay. Well, shit.
I feel like this. I want to see the receipts. They show us the receipts on everything else. If he's calling these people, show it to us, because I personally feel like they don't have a strong case. I feel like after they let Mr. Abercrombie and Fitch out, they might as well let Diddy out. I mean, we're electing
Right.
presidents in who grabbing them by the puss
Are
and saying they can
felons.
run the free country. So let him roam the free world. If he is calling, I feel like he's setting them up. I don't feel like he's contacted witnesses. I feel like he's setting up people because he knows, like we know, one, they either don't have a strong case, or two, they're trying to get people that he's done things
Ooh.
for. And he's like, no. He's probably telling them, I'm about to cut your water off. I don't know. At the end of the day, I don't know who to trust, because between the government, Diddy, and associates, I don't trust nobody. But I know one person I for damn sure don't trust is a Jaguar Wright.
Jaguar song. But let me tell you something. They did prove that after Kalina, Dirty Money, made that post, he sent her a payment. And he kept, because she done lost all her kids. That's why she out here windmilling for the diddler. Because she need the money. Because when was her last hit? I mean, come on. And why'd you lose your kids, Kalina? Because your husband be knocking you between the washer and dryer.
But
Diddy.
that recent interview too, where she was saying Cassie was spoiled and Don was weird, and she was basically talking shit, and it was all like, "Where'd this interview come from?" Like, huh?
I ain't even care to hear from her. At the end of the
I
day,
was
she's
very
not
entertained.
relevant. She's
I,
not relevant. And he
she's not
using her.
relevant. I do feel like this. Diddy is a Scorpion man, and like most Scorpion men, oh, they got revenge on the horizon. They better pray he don't
Ooh.
come out of that prison cell, because baby, if he do, if Donald Trump pardons this man who he has a relationship with, I'm telling y'all right now, y'all might as well cancel Christmas, because not only is he gonna make it hell for y'all, y'all not gonna eat. Y'all see what Diego, the company, is doing. They lost $1 billion so far, and right now they're trying to like beg and plead, like, hey, if we can clean some of this stuff up. That's how you know you really are powerful. I said when he was out there in the water doing God knows what with TD Jakes, prophesizing in the front during the hurricane, I said y'all should be worried. When he was out there white water rafting with the white folks, I said y'all should be worried. He was doing his water rituals, and water is stronger than anything on the planet. And some of y'all don't understand that. he do. Y'all want to talk about Haitian tattoos that protect women and children? That might not mean
Mm.
y'all women and kids. It's his kids and his
Hmm.
women that he love. Y'all be so spiritual and so woke and so conspiracized and so Jack Wright ain't never told a lie to the point where y'all are missing the things that are right there in plain sight. I encourage everybody to go watch Eyes Wide Shut. Enough said.
Now,
Mm.
Diddy did it, and Diddy the reason why he can't get bail. He needs to go sit down somewhere and stay off the phone. Period. You know them calls is recorded. You know them inmates is snitches up in there. You a celebrity. They'll do anything to take you down. Now you want to be bailed out so bad. Sit down and shut up, and maybe they'll let you out. You keep the phone. Jonathan Odie said it. He always on the phone. That's why I know so much. Always running his yapper because he think is King Tut. He's king. I am king. Pumping his chest. He the reason why he in the situation he in. His ego.
Well, I
His
think also
ego.
too, what the problem is that there's all these leaks coming out and people, putting information out there and people running with these stories. You got the Jaguar Wrights, you got the Ray J's, which we'll talk about in a minute, and people just running around with all these stories, kind of like you don't know what's real and what's not. And so I think as far as the public, we're all kind of like, all right, well, we gonna wait until it happens to really know what's really going on and what's not going on, because it's like, even though this case is still open, it's not and what I mean by that is that they can still add stuff to the indictment.
Exactly.
He has to be very careful of what he's doing because he don't want to even further incriminate himself. But
He keep doing it
again,
though. He keep doing, and I know his lawyers are frustrated with him. Like he needs to listen to his counsel and follow their instructions to the
yeah.
T if he wants to have any
Well,
chance at
well,
winning.
also his sons need to pay attention because his sons are out there trying to fight Ray J and do all this other stuff. His son Christian is in control of his whatchamacallit, his Instagram.
Instagram.
And that's the one who posted the whole video with his daughter Love singing happy birthday or whatever. And that was supposed to use to influence people and be all like, oh, look, he's a family man. They miss their dad. It's
Yeah,
like,
I'm
come
not convinced. I wasn't convinced by that. I mean, as far
Look,
as I'm
look,
concerned, they're all brainwashed nepo babies. Okay, like they're
on.
liars just like their daddies. And I don't care, baby love in on it too, because he had that baby as
Oh, not a baby.
a
Come on now.
homeboy.
Come
He had
on now. We can't say baby love. Come on.
yes, that's to support the whole brother
Oh my
love
God.
brand and all like that. Like, because her mother, she's like some big techie and stuff like that. He was using her to wire people phones and they like their whole family is corrupt. If you ask me, it looked like the House of Horrors at that birthday table. Okay, that's just my opinion. I'm sticking to it. Diddy is innocent until proven guilty. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I feel like this. Is he a innocent man? No, but they need to prove their case because
Mhm.
it my only issue with the state of New York in the Southern District is they be so hot and heavy to prosecute somebody and then them charges drop and
Mm.
diminish at the Supreme Court level of New York. We're not talking about of the United States, of New York. Harvey Weinstein charges dropped, which means California's charges are going to have to drop. And that's why they're panicking now because they're like, oh, ish, it's not what you do, it's what you can prove. And I always say them leaking the stuff was going to be their biggest problem because Diddy's lawyers is loving all of this right now because they're going to gather all this up, find the loophole, because that's what they're doing, looking for the loopholes. Doop, doop,
Right.
doop, doop, doop. Look at the character witnesses that you say are for the state, look what they're doing, and he's going to get off. And this is why I said if I was the attorney general of the Southern District of New York, I would shut all the cookie operations down. The blue couch would be null and void because what you're doing is harming our case instead of
Mm.
helping our case. And the reason is because people are digging into Jaguar Wright's past as we speak. Gene Deal got caught in 4 lies. It was this random, it takes
Mm.
a random white woman who don't even like hip hop music, said, well, if I was a state prosecutor, I would do, and I said, y'all don't think they're watching? Do you not think they're listening? They're gonna use everything on the internet, not just what Diddy do, what the witnesses do. That's why they like witnesses to be out the way. They like
Right.
witnesses to be cute and mute. Don't even talk. Don't give nothing. You
Hello,
see Cassie.
Cassie.
Cassie was seen being happy, and I said, wrong move. Wrong move. She needs, every time a camera is in her face, she needs to be distraught. She was over there, and I said, here we go. Here, and what did we get after that? Kalina talking about, oh, she is pointing out the real cat seat that people have been saying. Oh, she liked the party. She was giving out lap dances. She was a fun girl. She got a stipend. Now, what they had was domestic violence. But what you also see in that video is he didn't hold her. She left. They played the full video. See, and I said, see, this is the problem because those TikTok, social media, FBI, CIA, Department of Homeland Security investigators, y'all really need to go get hired.
Yeah.
Finding all the stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, y'all are messing it up. The same with the Harvey Weinstein thing. That's how he got out on the loophole because a TikToker,
Mm.
shut it down, shut it all down.
Yeah, I think with the internet, it does hurt these cases because, again, this kind of leads into the next. When you have these Chris Todd, aka White Jamal,
Oof,
Courtney Burgess, and the Jaguar Wrights.
oof. Ariel Mitchell.
Jaguar is going on Sean Atwood's channel and basically being a Diddy rectifier. I don't know what you call it, but she's calling out Courtney. She's calling out Chris, aka White Jamal. She's calling out that Ariel chick, the lawyer who said that, she's seen a still of the tape and all that stuff. It's like people are, well, Jaguar is calling out everybody. Is it just because they're getting more attention than her? Or like, what is she trying to do? Like, I'm so confused. Go ahead, Nadia. It seems like you got something to say.
She's jealous that they taking the shine away from her. She is so jealous of Courtney because he went, they called him to the courthouse where he had to go before the grand jury. She jealous because what has Jag Liar Wrong done but throw out all these false accusations with no
Mhm.
proof? Okay, she hasn't been in the industry and I don't know how long. All right, all she does is go on the internet, and she's a great storyteller. I say it all the time. She should have been an actress, but she mad because her credibility is being challenged at this point, and she's being exploited once again as a panel whore, okay? Because Sean Atwood, that's all they doing is exploiting her dumb behind, and she probably not even getting paid or whatever. And that's all it is. It's so much jealousy. And what I was so upset about of part 2 when they did round 2 of her and Courtney, the way they allowed that wretched ass HOE to interrogate that man. Like, who the F are you?
Right. She
You don't
literally
even know
did interrogate him. Like, I felt bad for him. Even
you
though I
don't
think
even
he's
know
lying, I
Tupac.
felt bad.
You don't even know Tupac at all. You were 15 years old and pregnant when Tupac was popping, okay? And he was on the West Coast at that time. Like, you are such a liar. You don't have any connection. Just like you tried to hoodwink the world, like you was talking to Big Meech from BMF. That's how you presented it. That just goes to show how diabolical this chick is. And she mad because Ariel figured out what type of lunatic she is because she thought she was going to be able to latch on to Ariel after they went on Pierce Morgan and she windmilled for her a little bit. But Jag Liar Wrong. It's just a conspiracy theorist. She's a liar. I don't know for the life of me why people keep letting her on platforms to spew all this venom about people's lives. And then she got the nerve to question somebody else and their credibility. The nerve, chick. Y'all already know how I feel about this chick. Me and her had it out on AT2 panel.
Yep, that's true.
Girl,
That's true.
to the East Coast. Come to Philly, girl. I dare you. I dare you. You got all this mouth and vitriol. You fake internet gangster.
Ooh.
I wish you go somewhere and take your lithium.
This show is a little heated. Couture Bae, you got anything to say? Like,
Oh my goodness. Oh my good. Friend, are you okay?
right.
Cause
Listen.
I wanted to go on Sean Atwood's when she was like questioning Courtney and like basically and like, who are you? You homeless
Mhm.
nomad. Who are you?
Not
You don't even have a
homelessness.
home. That man at least owns homes. He has successful businesses. At least, what do you have? A dried out, never has been career. You are a background singer.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
it. You
Well,
done
she did.
burnt up about 10 of your vocal cords, chain smoking them cigarettes.
The guys, this is passion. Um,
yes, it's passion.
I personally don't care for Jaguar, right? Um, because how are you in these circles and spaces and you're not in prison?
Mm.
If you
Jesus.
see, if you are a firsthand witness to all this lawlessness and this pilfering and this destruction, mayhem and confusion, she needs to be in the cell right next to Sean Puffy Combs. I
Absolutely.
don't care.
Right.
I
Admit
don't
it,
care.
madam.
I
Admit it, madam. She said on the Blue Sponge that she used to set girls up. She knew what was going to happen to them. She used to set them up to be
Mhm.
I feel like
perfect.
she's fallen into the I believe my own psychosis because I don't get it. Like she said she was going to
Right.
the exactly going to the parties to rescue girls off of Epstein's Island. Baby, first of all, you're too old. You are too old. You don't meet the age requirement to be there. You had to be 30 and below to be up over there. That's rule number one. Two, everybody over there was of the spicy white or white descent. You didn't meet the color requirement or the age requirement. And two,
right.
and I hate to break it to her like that. The women who are talking about Epstein are of Asian descent, of international European descent, of island descent, and I'm talking about island whites. Island white,
Mhm.
not black. I don't know what they was doing with the black girls. They probably had them over there at the help. I don't know, but I'm thankful it wasn't a lot of us over there because we are the leaders in the traffic games and whatnot.
Mhm.
So for Jaguar to even play like that, it's weird. She's delusional. Do I think she's jealous? I think they're all clout chasers because why would you want to diminish the case by giving out exclusives? That doesn't make sense to me. What attorney would want you to be giving out exclusives to podcasters and content
Right.
creators for what gain? For what
But I
gain?
But I think also that points out to how the grand jury subpoenaed Courtney because he's saying that he had tapes with young Jaden and Justin Bieber on it, and all this in Kim's quote unquote book, all this other stuff. Well, yeah, they're gonna want to see it because you out here doing all this talking. And again, why would you be proud of having CP on a flash drive or something like that? But then you said, "Oh, well, I didn't actually watch it. I watched like 1 second, and then that was." So how do you know what was on it? Like, I bet you anything, those quote unquote tapes, they're not even gonna come about or anything like that. They're not going in the indictment. I think everything that Courtney is saying, everything White Jamal is saying, everything Jaguar is saying, and throw in that lawyer, Ariel, everything that they're saying is just bullshit, and they're trying to ride this train. They're trying to ride this Diddy train. And honestly, to tell you the truth, it turns people off and make them go like, well, I don't think Diddy is guilty of anything. Like, you just say, well, it just seemed like everybody just lying and full of shit because they're just running with stories.
Well, I didn't see Ariel on the downfall of the Diddler Part 3 or Courtney. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying
Mm.
they making me upset, and the reason why I'm so passionate because you're taking away from the real victims. You're taking
Child.
away all for what? A clout chase, a dollar here and there. Like there's a bigger issue at hand, and
Mhm.
I just wish Jaguar would go. So like she is on the run. Do people understand? She got active warrants. She's a wanted woman. This is
Well,
look. She,
you know they use us to take down our own. That's why they haven't picked her up. Cause, child,
Mm.
look at these white platforms she been on.
Girl.
Pierce Morgan. I'll leave it
it,
at that.
yeah, she's a mad woman. I'm over it. I mean, and I just watch her disrespect people all over these YouTube streets, even people that weren't taking advantage of her. AT2, for
Mm.
example, you know. You used to treat her with the most respect, and what does she do? She turns around and crosses you. I just don't like that phoniness. And like, I swear to God, AT2, she come on the East Coast, I got you.
Well, we know how Jag get down. She a lost cause, you know.
She is a
It's the
lost.
voices in her head. But I do want to mention somebody else who might have voices in their head. Ray J. Now, Ray
Mm.
J was well, he was on that documentary, by the way. Shout out to Knotty for bringing that up. He was on the documentary, but you know he's been having these episodes. He was scared about what was going to be in the interview with Jamal Bryant. Jamal Bryant wasn't even going to put that interview out. He said he had 7, 8 different interviews lined up before he even would get to Ray J's interview. But what is going on with Ray J? Like, do we believe him? I mean, when I was watching that interview between him and Jamal Bryant, it basically was like Orlando Brown ish. He was in his Orlando Brown bag because I feel like he was just saying random stuff. But Couture, you actually said like he was making sense to you, right?
Yeah, so when I saw it, do I take Ray J serious? No. But it wasn't until Pastor Jamal Bryant said, people don't understand you live in the light. They want to be under the light, but they don't know that the light burns. And to me, that spoke to my spirit. So it I
Mm.
don't know if he was. I feel like he was talking to Ray J Spirit because he knows what type of entity Ray J is. I feel like he had to be sober, and Ray J was talking, and he stopped talking when he said that, and then you could see him kind of like not necessarily glitch, but you could see like he was fighting something inside of him. And I say, people don't understand that battle you go through within yourself with being the person you want to be versus the person you used to be. That is a real thing. And when you hit it, it is crazy. It will, I don't know what age it hit you at, what time it hit you at. Thank God I did mine when before I really came to YouTube because it was like
Mm.
it
Yeah.
it hits you like it hits you like a storm. And I don't know if Naughty has
Mm.
ever been through that, but it's like and you are at a telltale. And the things he kept saying over and over, I feel like he really wants to help, but he's afraid to let go because he kept saying, "What is the number that you don't do stuff for?" And he asked Pastor Jamal Bryant, "Well, what's the number?" And Jamal Bryant wouldn't give it to him because that's not my walk with you. And I'm happy Jamal Bryant told him. He said, "Listen, I crashed out on the internet." He said, "When these hoes," and I remember that one. I didn't think he was going to bring it up. I was like, that's what
Mhm.
really made me turn into Pastor Jamal Bryant. I like how he prophesizes and parishons over the people. He has a nice voice. But when he did that Jose Lord, I said, ooh, Damascus off today. Yes, because we need real people in the pulpit. Now, granted, he did apologize to the church, to his congressional leaders and the Kojic faith and all that, which he had to do, right? But that's the battle he decided to go, and that's the life he decided to walk. And you could tell, in my opinion, Ray J is fighting himself. And he said a lot in that video, and you could tell it's heavily edited because there's certain things in there Jamal Bryant doesn't want to embarrass his children about because Kim, girl, you are in danger. Because when Ray J really feel like waking it up about you and that family, everything you love is going to crumble. Because he said my daughter couldn't get into the school she wanted to, and that hurt. That sent him on this spiral because now he said he kept saying it. He said, I'm living through my the consequences of my actions from back then. He said back then it didn't matter. Now his daughter
Mhm.
can't get into a school. And people don't realize that, you know, where your children go to school at matters. Princess Love is actually really smart. You know, people see people a certain way on TV and think she's really smart, highly intelligent. She helped Floyd Mayweather transition his money team, that whole thing. So
Mhm.
it matters. Who you are around matters, especially when you're affluent. And he's tied to a lot of billionaires, just like Kim is tied to a lot of billionaires. And he's probably paid to be silent. I paid attention to what he said in Club Shay Shay about the apartment building that he sold back to Donald Sterling because of the antics he did to the Golden, you know, to the not Golden State, but you know, the California team.
Oh,
So I was like,
Lakers.
yeah, the Warriors. It was the Warriors?
No, it was the Lakers.
The Lakers.
Donald
So
Sterling, yeah.
I'm like, look, he's talking without talking. You just gotta pick up the pieces. I do feel like he was sober. I feel like he was high in Club Shay Shay, sober with Pastor Bryant, and that's why he was so mad. And that's why he was so, I'm so against this interview. And shout out to Pastor Jamal Bryant's team. They edited out a lot. You could really tell he was pouring his heart out because I was like, how did we get to the part where he wanted to sleep on the roof and if he falls off the roof, he falls off? Wait, how did we get here? And I said, oh, they edited it down to the millisecond, like
See, I I feel bad because I don't think that whole unaliving himself, that thing, I don't feel like that's real. I feel like everything that Ray J tells us is bullshit. Like, but I'm happy, like, Couture, I'm not saying discrediting your feelings. I wanted to be clear. But I just think it's all bullshit. Like, I don't believe anything. Like, I feel like Ray J is, I don't want to say he's not a good person. I just feel like
he's not a good
everything that
person,
he
but not
says
just, but
is,
he copes with sex and drugs. And I think
yeah,
I
he
think
was
he
on that
said that.
powder doing that interview. That's what I felt. His
In his
eyes were
recent
kind of
one,
big at certain points.
you think he went and did a little sniff in the bathroom in the
Yeah,
bath?
he's a coke whore.
Yeah, Ray
I've
J
never
is
done
an
it
addict
myself,
and a
but I
liar.
know coke whores.
Oh,
Oh,
Ray
go
J,
ahead, Nadi. I'm sorry.
Ray J is a liar. I mean, did y'all forget he was just gaslighting his kids? And yes,
Mm,
Princess
I
Princess is
forgot about
very
that for
smart.
a minute.
Princess is very smart. Remember, she had Melanie saying "I love you" at like 4 months old or something crazy, like because of how
Hmm.
much she read to her and stuff like that. No, she's a very intelligent woman who happened to attach herself to a nepo idiot. Okay, so Ray J is a
Hmm.
gaslighter. And he's a major distraction. I think he's a liar, especially what he did on the downfall of Diddy Part 3. Ray J was acting that whole time. Ain't nobody calling Ray J. Why would they? You've been out here running your mouth reckless. Reckless. He's been beefing with everybody. Lemmy from Zeus. Just listen. He tried to call her, in which I believe was a setup. He tried to call her out Jag liar because I believe his bosses was like, yo, reel that itch in to shut her up, just like he did Wendy allegedly and Whitney allegedly. Let me tell you something. Ray J is in a battle within himself of good versus evil because he has done so much dirt himself. And I think he a scared little boy running because his own
Mm.
stuff may come out of all it is. Okay. And so I feel like he trying to ride the coattail of this Diddy situation to cover up what really is sinister that he has been involved with. He was not an upstanding husband to Princess. He cheated on her all the time. All the time. And that's what, like, on the downfall of Diddy, when he's talking about, I don't like having group SCX. I don't like having SCX in front of my friends. I call bull swinky. Ray J is full of it. Even his own sister is tired of his shenanigans. Remember, he tried to put Monica and Brandy together, and Monica had to get him together.
Mm. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, I said he's a stunt queen. He pulls a lot of stunts and wants to gain attention at any cost. He doesn't care. Like, it's almost like I don't know if Sonya, his mom was ever his manager, but I'm like, who is Ray J's team? Like, who is his manager? Like, is somebody there to like reel him in? And Couture Bae, I want to apologize because Donald Sterling, he owns the Clippers. I had to look it up. I was like, oh, it's the Clippers, not the Lakers. I'm sorry,
I knew it
but
was
I
one of
knew
the
it was
California
L.A.
teams.
Yeah, but I wanted to ask you because you had mentioned also about and I didn't catch this part. Like, he doesn't speak to Brandy anymore.
Well, Randy doesn't talk to him. He said his relationship is really stained, and I think it stemmed from that. Not the incident with Princess left. There was an incident before. It was like way before, where remember when he crashed out on the internet about Kim, and he could have really told his truth. I don't know if Kim was like, "Please don't," or she sent him a check or something. Brandy was done with him then because he what. That's when people were like, you could just see he was crashing out. He was mad his kid couldn't get into the school. And he was like, he said, "You are saying things on this TV show and they believe you." Because remember, she said
Mm,
she was so under the influence. She don't know where he was putting it. He said, "Bitch, are you crazy?"
yeah.
And so I respect that. And I think Brandy was just done because when they could have really aired them out, he was under an NDA, under a contract. If you remember, and he read that NDA and contract, he put it out there for us to have it. He said, "Look at it." And then
hmm
that's when people were like, mm. And then that whole
And we
moment with
found out
Kanye
Chris
West.
Jenner was a part of it. She set it all
Mhm.
up.
Yeah, but Ray J, he kind of like he down until he not. Like he gives me a lot of buyer's remorse. Like
Yeah.
he'll be down with it, and then later on regret it, and now he exposing everybody. Like it's not like you don't get to be down with all the evil, profit off the evil, and then now all of a sudden God saved you. Like
Do
no,
we think that he really wants to go to church?
no.
I think he just wants to tell somebody the real truth that's not going to air him out. Um, I don't think Pastor Jamal Bryant is going to air him out. He don't give me messy. A lot of people have told him things, confessed to him some things. I know that because I'm in the Kojic world. When I was raised in the
Mm,
Kojic world, um, and he's never aired that out. He could easily be the Don Dada of the church. You know what I'm saying? And he's never done that. He's never woke it up. He don't even engage in it, right? And I think that's what pisses off a lot of the Larry Reeds of the world because
mm,
people are so trusting of him because he's the key. Some people just are supposed to be the keepers of secrets. That is your blessing to society. Keep the secrets, but tell people behind the scenes. Like the people who told us about Bill Cosby before it was a thing, all them agents knew. They said, "Look, if you
yeah.
go up to the hotel room,
It's always somebody on the inside that knows what's going on, and then they don't tell the truth unless they can make a profit off of it, or they tell it too late when it's already been
yeah."
going on for years and years,
And you see, none of them publicists was on the stand when the women was testifying because you know what they said. They were like, "Look, my name's Bennett. I ain't in it. I told you not to go up there. Ain't no meetings
Mhm.
with him." And one of the actresses said it. She was like, "No, you don't go upstairs by yourself. You got to bring your agent." And I was like,
Yeah, but just to give you a good example of how Ray J behaves, because one day he's gangster, he's BLOOD or whatever. I bring you to him and Fabulous when they was beefing, and he called up Power 105.1 and
"Yeah, the
threatened
Oh,
Breakfast Club."
the the how can I say it, the booty bandits to grape. You know what I mean? So what side of the fence are you on? Are you gangster? That's why I don't believe nothing Ray J says. Okay, it's all a act. Just like that fight last night with Mike Tyson. It's
oh,
all an act. So some people will do anything for a check, and Ray J is
yeah.
one of those guys. He's one of those.
Money is power.
Well, that's what he kept saying over and over throughout the interview. Like what is the number you just say no? He said, 4 million don't get me moved, but 100 million do. So he said, do I turn it down? He said, do I? He said, what? I mean, this is a man who knows his fate. He knows he's going to be old and alone, so he has money set aside so that somebody can take care of him. He's very aware, like, because
Yeah.
most of these men don't even know that. And I said, dang, he got a fund. I'm
Yeah, a
looking over
nurse
there like,
fund. I
hello,
never heard of
Mr.
that
Nolan.
before. And you know what's interesting is that I think why I I don't want to say I look down on Ray J, but I look at him and be like, oh, he's full of it. Is it's the talking in riddles for me, and a lot of the talking in riddles and not saying what it is. I think being a YouTuber has made me this way. The whole talking in riddles thing, because I didn't mind people talking in riddles. Like, it's not the first time like in my life. Like, at jobs, people talking riddles. But it's like when it came to the internet thing, everybody talking in riddles. Because a perfect example of that is, I was about to say Quincy, I'm sorry, I'll be sure. I'll be sure talks in so many riddles, and I'm all like, yo, like, say what it is. I don't want you playing no games about,
He's
oh
talking.
yeah, it's a
I'll be
clue over
sure talks
here.
in riddles because he don't want to be put on blast. But those that know the truth know you ain't never been no loving, endearing father fighting for the love of your son. I'll be sure didn't take care of none, not near child. He helped fertilize into these women. He didn't give a damn. He had two babies at the same time. Quincy is the baby of the boys. And he didn't take care of none of them. I'm so sick and tired of y'all allowing Albie Short to rebrand himself as a loving, sick father. No, he's looking for clout. And for the record, Kim's friend said he was just as possessive as Diddy. So that told me everything I need to know.
Mm.
I just think Ray J's done so much dirt. He know eventually he gonna have to pay the piper. They say you do all those dirty deeds. Eventually, you're gonna have to come and answer for your own. That's why he have a nursing fund, child. Like Ray
Yeah.
Ray J done had his hands in it. And not when you say you actively run with a gang. Like I know you seen some stuff. Forget Hollywood. I mean, you gotta participate.
This is a man who likes older women, enjoys it. He loves the company of an older woman. I'm like, weird. But the boys love granny puss. Look at Usher.
Granny. Well, on that note, it has been a great show. Shout out to all the granny pusses out there. But no, really, I want to say thank you, Couture Bay. Thank you for coming on. I always appreciate your opinion. This show was a good show, and shout out to Knotty for being so passionate and everything else. Y'all really brought the fire in the show, and I appreciate both of y'all. But again, you guys, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Also, subscribe to Naughty Love Movement. Subscribe to Couture Bay. You guys see the names down there. Make sure you guys also follow them as well too. Before I give the out, let me go ahead and let y'all both say bye to the people because Couture Bay going out tonight. She got a hot date or something like that.
I don't have a hot date. We just like to be outside because we young, wild, and free. Y'all have a good time.
Right.
Protect yourself. Love you.
Yes. Thank you, Couture Bay, for coming as always. I appreciate you. And then Nadi, go ahead and tell the people deuces.
Yo, peace out. Live, love, laugh. I'm stepping out tonight, Bree. I'll call you tomorrow, girl, when I get up, okay? Subscribe to the channel. Thumbs up this video. Thank y'all.
I'm jealous because I'm going to the store. I'm not really like going out. I'm just going to the store right now. But shit, I'm gonna find me something to do. Damn it.
My phone been ringing
Yes.
ever since I've been on this live. Like,
All right, ladies. Thank y'all for coming. I appreciate y'all. Talk to y'all later. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of y'all for enjoying the show. Like I said, I didn't do it last week because last week it was kind of like, nah. But I wanted to bring it back again this week. I love having different people on the show and giving opinions. So, of course, Knotty and Couture Bae are always going to be in the rotation. But I also want to bring some new people because I know y'all want some different perspectives and stuff like that, which is good. So, definitely, I'll be back next weekend or maybe later on in the week. I don't know if we're going to do it every Saturday because, again, a lot of people have plans on Saturday. So we might change it to Friday or a Thursday or a Sunday maybe. You never know. But make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. I appreciate y'all. Also, shout out to Juice for becoming a member. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. And shout out to everybody. Be safe. Enjoy your Saturday. Talk to y'all later. Deuces, everybody. We out.